Vice Marshal, it's an absolute honour to have you here at the conference. Could you just recap us on what you've spoken about today and some of the discussions you've heard?
Okay, yeah, the conference started yesterday, and our position, the perspective of the Nigerian Air Force about the fighting and asymmetric warfare, especially Boko Haram. I reiterated that if we could get a machine like the ISR attack strike aircraft, it will help us a lot. And I expressed the fear that probably the Nigerian Air Force may not be able to acquire the aircraft. And the reason is obvious because we made previous attempt at getting the Cobra, we couldn't get it. And why am I saying that? I'm not only recommending this aircraft for the Nigerian Air Force, I'm probably recommending it for all the air forces in the range of the Nigerian Air Force because in the new warfare, the asymmetric warfare, intelligence is important. And timely intelligence, timely response is very important. And that timely response, it is what we can achieve by the ISR strike aircraft. That is the test run aircraft. And that was my position yesterday, that with the test run, the Air Force, the Nigerian Air Force will be better prepared to fight Boko Haram if we can get it.
And in some ways, Boko Haram is representing a step change in the types of warfare we'll be seeing in the future. Presumably then, Nigeria will also be in a good position to educate the rest of the world on how to deal with this type of threat. What can you offer in terms of shaping a strike fleet for that particular?
Yeah, the battlefield of today is different from what we used to do before. It's different from the conventional warfare we know. The battlefield of today is fluid, the enemy is mobile, and the enemy is not in position to hold ground. It is a fluid battlefield. So there's need for have a capability that is robust and that can respond timely and that have the ability to kill. That is, I'm talking about weapons that are precision weapons with aircraft that can have ISR with precision weapon on board, and as soon as it's spotted the enemy, can attack fairly well. I made reference to ICIC. If you don't have boots on the ground, it is going to be difficult for you to win the war of today. However, if you can do timely response to intelligence available, I think it will help a lot to curb the insurgencies that's ravaging most part of the world today.
And you spoke about training, and we've heard today the necessity to highlight the fact that it's the man behind the machine that's really the important aspect. How are Nigeria prioritizing its training need?
Over time, Nigeria is investing heavily in training. The Nigerian Air Force is investing heavily in training. The reason is obvious. We need this man and the machine to be able to work effectively. And we need to put the right man behind the machine. And so we're training. Training is the only thing that can make you do what you needed to do. I tell you this, there are two things that goes together, the training and doctrine. The doctrine of yesterday is not applicable to the war of today. So the war we're fighting is a new war. Air power, yes, is good. Air power can deliver the punch, the killing punch. Air power can do virtually everything. But I tell you, air power is a means to an end, not an end in itself. And for that air power to be effective, you need to adapt it to the situation. The situation we're in is different from the situation we've been before. Insurgency is different from conventional warfare. So air power needs to be adapted to insurgency. If you use, and like I said, it is not high-tech or low-tech. It is for us to get the right tech. You have the right technologies, then you are able to achieve your objective. The objective is simple. See the enemy immediately and be able to react to it. If you cannot do that, there's no way you can stop insurgency because they're not holding any ground, they're fluid. All they need is just space to maneuver. And once they can maneuver, they cause havoc, cause terror, and cause panic, and destabilize your economy, destabilize what the country stands for. So that's why I'm saying that. That's why I said that the ISR platform, it's a nice way to go because it's going to help you to be able to detect and attack immediately. And that is what I think my Air Force and other Air Forces in our range should be looking forward to. And that's why I said yesterday that, we are looking forward to this. If we can get it, it will help us a lot. And that's the way. That's where I think we should go.
Excellent. Obviously, we're stressing this need to meet the right people to fulfill those ambitions. How important is it for you to engage in these partnerships, whether it's with your colleagues in the military or with the industry?
Yeah, thank you very much. That question was very apt. Apt in the sense that yesterday when I was making presentation, I brought out the vision of my Chief of Air Staff, which is to have credible international partnership in anything we're doing. We know we can do it alone. And today, during my debate, I said it here, a country cannot win a war alone. And the war that is ravaging maybe Iraq today might be in Nigeria tomorrow. The war in Nigeria today might be in Libya. It might be anywhere tomorrow. So there's need for partnership, international partnership, against the present insurgency problem, against the terrorism. Terrorism is something that is here to stay with us, and we need to be able to come together as a world, not as a country. The whole world needs to come together to fight it, and that's the only way we can win it. Because when a country is against it and another country is supporting it, there's no way you're going to win such a war. So there's need for coalition. There's need for international partnership to fight insurgency and to fight terrorism.
And to what degree has this conference perhaps helped you to meet that endeavor?
Yeah, this conference is like an eye-opener for me. I think I'm glad that I came. I'm glad that I came. I'm glad in one sense that everybody here has commonality as to how to fight this war. And I want to believe after this conference, people will think differently on how other countries perceive the war. And people will want to come together to fight this menace. It's a menace, and it's going to be a war menace. It's affecting our economy, it's affecting our livelihood, it's affecting everything we stand for. So there's need for us to come together and fight it. It should not be left alone for one country to fight. Everybody should come to the table and come out with whatever you have, and let us fight this menace and win it once and for all.
You're glad you came, but not as glad as we are to have you. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you.